What will be the future Mercedes S-Class? Their top-of-the-line, top-of-luxury car? Well, it will be all electric and will maybe be this EQS concept, their next all-electric vehicle. Here as a preview for you here on Autogefuehl. Let's talk about exterior details and also a little bit about the futuristic interior. Let's go. In the front we can actually see three new design schemes. First of all, this very round shape. It looks like a raindrop, so to say. Of course, this will be really aerodynamic. The second thing is here those small Mercedes stars which do not have the ring around the Mercedes stars here in the front grille. And the third is they play more with the light signature in the front. They actually here have about 1,000 LEDs, 1,000 single LEDs. First of all, those greeting lights here in the front. If this all will be street legal or not, that doesn't play a role at the moment. They first want to showcase what they can actually do. And this EQ masks, all their new EQ models have this special black panel mask. And those ones here are holographic LED lights. So they look a little bit like the normal structure looks at the moment. But it's just, projected into this light. Therefore, it's also flickering at the moment. So very interesting approach right here. And of course, absolutely different to a current Mercedes S-Class. So the design here in the side profile, we can see they called one bow design because there's just one bow across from the front up to the rear. And I think that makes it indeed sensual, beautiful, and also clean from design. And you can see here, light is splitting darkness from light. That was, very legendary, right? Then also those non-real mirrors, so they are also those camera mirrors. Not too keen on this technology, but concept car. 24-inch wheels, really massive, of course, too big actually, and you can see almost no overhang. Then a massive long wheelbase to give you all this interior space and use the electric building platform, putting the batteries in the lower end. They say it should have an electric range of about 700 kilometers. That will really be true. I'm not sure. We'll see about that later. And 470 horsepower to give a really boost for 4.5 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour. So and then this chrome span over the top part and really strong shoulders. So it is not a classic sedan. It is not a van. It's like a low sit. Yeah, what is it? Is it a new segment? So really interesting. I want to know what you think about this design. And this raindrop design continues here at the rear. Everything is seamless, so to say. And again, those Mercedes stars, the small ones without the ring around it. Of course, you will still have the classic logo. And it says Vision EQS because this is not the final EQS model. But it will come actually quite soon, the EQS. Just the question is if it will come in that way. It also depends on your feedback. Mercedes will read your feedback and then maybe decide which parts of the cars they do take in that way and which ones maybe not. In the lower end you have this somewhat diffuser style, but of course no fake exhaust tips because this is an all-electric car. And I think it can actually be timeless, the design, because the less design lines you use, the more timeless a car is usually. And a glimpse at the interior, we cannot see it from the interior for real because we cannot open it, but we can always see here the illuminated interior. That looks pretty spectacular. And also how the form is inspired by yachts, so by expensive boats. Also some kind of living room atmosphere, floating lines and bright materials. And also very sustainable ones. This one here is for Mercedes the pinnacle of luxury, and in this segment they will offer an animal-free interior. So there is microfiber Dynamica from recycled PET bottles and also the Artico leatherette in a high grade that you cannot distinguish it from anything else. And for example, also the roof liner, which you also cannot see that well here at the moment, fabrics on roof will be from recycled ocean plastics, so doing something for the environment there too. Really cool concept, and this really brings the brand to the future. And even the wood that is being used is homegrown maple tree, so also from sustainable resources, which will be regrown and so on. They really thought about this to make an electric vehicle all sustainable all around, and I think that's a very important approach. And it's not only that it's for lower end vehicles, they really put it here to the top of the line. This one is the new electric S-Class of the future. And this really, means a lot to me, definitely. And it will in future then also mean a lot to Mercedes to make it full circle also for a CO2 neutral production, for example. What do you think about this interior? Please tell me in the comments. So we gave you a quick tour on exterior and interior. It's of course a concept yet, yes. But I think it shows where the design is heading. More floating lines, more round structures again. Interiors will be more sustainable and more living room alike. Inspired by furniture or also inspired by yachts. So more about this experience we have in the interior. And definitely, designers will play more with light, both on the exterior and the interior. On the exterior, there are of course more regulations as for that. They have to, bring that through governmental proofs. But definitely light will play a more important role in our everyday car lives. Well, soon telling you more about this car as soon as there's a further development stage. Just keep subscribed here on Autogefuehl and we'll keep you updated with the development. And I hope you already enjoyed this first insight.